I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes when I get a new tool, I am all excited about it, and then I get it, and then it's kind of hard to use. Well, that is what happened to me when I got a cut and score. There you go. Yeah, that's the word. Duh. Yeah, first day on the planet, I guess. Okay, so when you have a cut and score type of board, and for me, when I got this, I was all excited until I then started to use it, and my lines were all wonky and all of that. So what I did, unfortunately, I took it, and then the next day I had a class, which is great, except, it was kind of hard. So here is going to be my little quick tip for you. Is that if you get a cut and scoreboard, and this is kind of true with any, sorry for the earthquake. Ooh, and I got something on my board. Oh, it's just a paper scrap. Okay. So anyway, when you get a cut and scoreboard, what I would recommend is that you take some piece of scrap. I mean, this is like a 1/2 inch, and I could put a little sentiment on it, but it's more likely to get the bin. So all I'm going to suggest is to get used to it is, kind of find your way in and just practice making all kinds of little score lines. And get yourself accustomed to the tool. And by doing that, so you're going to throw this in the bin, but it's just a bit of scrap anyway. It's not a big deal. And that way you'll become more acclimated to how you use the tool. And the same thing with cuts. So if you're not quite sure, you're not used to this kind of cutter, I know for me, I had another cutter that I was more used to. And so when I got this one, I was like, oh, this doesn't feel right. So I just took some scrap and I just practiced making little tiny cuts just to kind of get used to the feel of it. And I also practiced measuring. So you can just do this with whatever, whether you have some scrap bits of cardstock, but you can use your, computer paper. I'm sure you printed off a page of something and it was wrong or you don't need it anymore or whatever. So you practice making your different cuts, a 2-inch cut, a 3-inch cut, the whatever, and just kind of get used to the tool. And as you do that, it'll just become more natural. And the other thing, I do highly recommend that you take some kind of a class, because there's nothing that'll really get you into the gear like having a reason to make a bunch of cards in a weekend or in a couple of hours or whatever, depending on what your class is. That really will also help you come up to speed, but I still did like to practice first. When I had 2 sessions and I practiced in between, I was much happier. So I hope that helps you. I thank you for watching. I hope that you will like the video, subscribe, and tap the bell so you get all my vids right when they come out. Also, you can follow my Crafty Blind Girl blog. Thanks so much, and as always, cheers to your blissful life.